Do you ever feel overwhelmed by how quickly the world is changing? I think we've all experienced it. The fear of not being prepared enough or not being ready for the next change. It's like being on a hamster wheel, always running, but as soon as we get to the next step, it has changed into something else. But what if I told you that hamster wheel, that thing that we're so overwhelmed with or we're scared of, what if I told you that actually the thing that pushes us forward? That's right. The hamster wheel that we're so overwhelmed with, that's what makes us evolve. That change pushes us to propel forward. So while all of us are running on that hamster wheel, there are very few of us that actually embrace the next step and change and evolve along with its speed. The rest of us tirelessly run on the hamster wheel and unwilling to change and embrace the evolution. So let's talk about one person who did embrace the change, Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. In one of his most recent and famous talks, he says, in order to succeed, you must be willing to experiment, fail, and most importantly, adapt. He didn't found Amazon by staying in his comfort zone. He found Amazon through challenges, through setbacks, and one by one stacking up the odds to make one of the most successful businesses in the world. In my own journey, I've realized in order to grow, we have to be willing to step out of our comfort zone. I faced my own set of challenges, as many of you know. There have been moments when I didn't know what was next. I didn't know if I'd fail, and I didn't know how to succeed, and I didn't even know what the next step was. And although at the time it gives you a scary and anxious feeling, in hindsight, you realize that those times, those moments, they're not really setbacks, they're step ups to your next challenge and your next opportunity. It's easy to look at successful and win people and think, oh, well, they had it all figured out. But I'll tell you one thing, even successful people like Jeff Bezos didn't have it all figured out. But what he did have, he had the mindset to embrace his failures, learn from them, and adapt. And this is something that even you can learn and acquire. So it's not really about the resources you have or having everything figured out. It's really about being willing to change, being willing to learn from your challenges and failures. Amazon started as an online bookstore. Can you imagine if it stayed that way? I can't. Amazon is now a household name across the globe. Because Bezos was willing to change and constantly evolve with the times, Amazon is what it is today. So it's not really being at the perfect start or having a path. It's really being willing to grow and being open to learn and change with the times. What I've learned through my own experiences is that the fear of failure often holds people back from success. But here's the thing, failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every failure teaches us something valuable, what works, what doesn't work, what we need to change. So when you accept failure or even the possibility of failure, you're not accepting defeat. You're just opening the doors to more creative innovation and growth. There is a quote that I read, don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Our most life-changing breakthroughs and greatest innovations came because people were willing to challenge the norm and to take risks. From the invention of the light bulb to space exploration, This all took 1, 2, not 3, but 4 or 5 or maybe 100 tries. And I hold this close to my heart because every step that I take, every push that I make, I know can end in failure. I know can end in disaster. But I also know it can end in change, and it will be the next step to something greater. So the next time you face a challenge or uncertainty, remember that although the road ahead is not always clear, it's just a simple act of moving forward or moving at all that brings us to innovation and change and brings us to our next step. I want to challenge you all today. What is the one thing that you've been hesitant to do because you're afraid of the change it might bring, or because you're afraid of the failure? Let us know in the comments below what that one thing is, and whatever it is, take that one step and be willing to experiment, be willing to adapt. Remember, change is not something to fear, although it can be overwhelming. It's really just an ally. It's what converts our dreams into reality and our ideas into innovations. Just like Bezos turned a small online bookstore into what we know now as Amazon, a global empire, you too have the power to turn your vision into something truly remarkable. So start embracing challenges and confronting change, and see where the road leads. Although the road is not going to be easy, and it's going to have pebbles on the way, trust me, it's going to be worth it in the end. Look at my example, a disabled girl now reaching the heights of almost a national and global platform.